evening and welcome. It is the ILFL Soccer Night Show because it must be Monday night. You've got me, David Joseph, on the show with you. Tonight, we're going to talk about everything that happened last Thursday. No, it doesn't matter what you were doing. It's what we were doing. We were all down at the White House on the Barking Road for our 15th annual awards ceremony. I've got Nanu Mia in the studio with me this evening to discuss everything that happened that night, all the winners, or all the things that did and didn't happen. And I have ourselves a winner in the studio. We have some St. Catherine's presents in the studio for this evening, and we're going to get to them in a little while. But Nanu, I'm going to turn to you first. Good evening, welcome.
Evening.
Welcome back to the studio. Haven't been here for a couple of weeks. The awards ceremony, Thursday.
Yeah.
How did it go for you?
Fantastic. Honestly, it's one of the biggest award ceremony that I've seen. You know, we're talking about our 15th annual award ceremony. We had around about 600 individual trophies. Now that says a lot.
It was almost 600, wasn't it?
I mean, as you know, you're probably more than anyone guessing it. You know, one of the most difficult to deliver as well. You know, and trying to do it in the short space of 2 hours. But you did it, you know, and it says that, you know, we had a very high turnout. We had London Tigers going up and down so many times. We had Bowman going up so many times. We had Stepney going up so many times. We had St. Catherine's. And also, my beloved FC Redbridge went up as well.
FC Redbridge, well, let's work backwards.
Okay.
You know, without any disrespect to anybody. Let's work back for those, the first timers, those who managed to get up for the first time.
Yeah.
Prestigious for them, proud moment?
It was absolute proud moment. You know, usually when I invite some of the players to come, they say, well, hold on, we haven't won anything. You know, it's sort of demotivating, you know. As soon as I mentioned that, you know, we've actually won something, and you know what, you guys are going to go up on the podium, you're going to get photographer, you're going to get film, you're going to have a free-course meal at the same time, and you're going to take something away to show to your family. The table was full, you know. There were so many people turned up. Every player turned up. The ones that haven't actually turned up for playing also turned up, and they took something home, and that was fantastic. And now they're saying that there needs to be a comeback. You know, we really miss Redbridge. You know, why did it go away? You know, and
so now it's reinvigorated.
Reinvigorated, and you know, players want to come back and everything. So, you know, I mean, end of the day, you know, I mean, it's nice. You play hard throughout the season, and you know, you work hard. You win something, not the title. You know, we came runners up. You know, imagine what if would happen if we'd actually won the title. You know, we would have.
Is that motivation for the likes of Redbridge and those that may be first-time winners, those who came close as runners-up? Does it really reinvigorate people
it is motivation.
Make that extra step, that extra push for next season?
Absolutely, it is. You know, I mean, when you runners up, it's one of the situations. You know, it was so close to winning the title. You know, it's worse than coming third because you know you runners up. You know, and you could have won it, you know, and it always stays stuck in your head, you know. But at the award ceremony, when you take something away with you that you can show, and many years down the line you can show it to your kids or anyone you want to show it to, say, look, you know, I've played at the ILFL League for this team, and we came runners up. Look at that, you know. And it's one of those things that, you know, it's nice to show, and that's what the players like, you know. You win something to show for, you take that away home, and it's brilliant. And you know, it's reinvigorating. People want to play the next season. It motivates them to come and play again, and you know, that's all good for us. Good
Tell
for
me about the Vets League in general, because there were probably almost as many Vets League giveaways on Thursday as there were for the main Winter League. In fact,
yeah.
So for the Vets League, is that testament to how successful it's been, how popular it is?
It's popular. It's successful. People. In the Vets League, people actually, there were some teams that really want to win everything, okay? But a lot of teams just want to come for the social aspect. Obviously, they understand it's competitive. They need to have the right players, otherwise they'll get smashed and thrashed, you know, all over the place, which can't happen. Otherwise, there is no joy in that. But a lot of teams just come for the social event, you know. They have a nice kick around. They come around and they see a lot of players, a lot of old friends. It's like, on a weekly basis, you come and you see all of your mates and all of your friends from 20, 30 years ago. You know, where else can you get that? Nowhere else would provide that platform.
In terms of winners again now, London Tigers, the main winners again on the night.
Yeah.
Good old London Tigers, credit to them, a mainstay, a stalwart, a big club, and still keeping the bar high.
Yeah, they are. You know, I mean, every time a team steps up, they take 2 steps further. You know, and I know that they win a lot of trophies, and they deserve it as well. You know, they work hard, they come every week, they've got good players, and they don't give up, you know. And what do you say? So what if they win every year? They deserve to win every year because they work hard. You know, if other teams work harder, then they might win something as well. So all credits to London Tigers, and I'm behind you. But anyway, after so many years, it could get a little bit boring after a team, you know. So what I expect some of the teams to do is step up, you know. And obviously, we will try and introduce some teams that would probably or most likely come and challenge Tigers. So there are a few teams that are interested, that are watching from the behind the scenes in the background, thinking, hold on a second, you know, we play in different leagues, okay, and we win every time. In this league, everybody talks about Tigers winning everything, okay? Maybe we should come and give it a go in the ILFL league.
Maybe they should, because it's not a one-team league. Tigers have done what they do, but that doesn't mean that everybody else in the league can't play football or win their own achievements, win their own trophies. I'm going to now talk to the all-achieving, the all-wonderful St Catherine's Football Club, who won themselves up. Shall I say from nowhere? Let's not say it's from nowhere. They've gone right through the whole of the season, from starting way back last September to here we are now, August, almost September again. And I think I'm right in saying they only lost 2 league games. That's right across the winter and the summer. A fantastic season for them. They ended up 2nd Division champions. They're your Summer League champions. And in the studio, I have everything that makes St Catherine's who they are, I think. It's the Charlie and Claire Show. Good evening, guys.
All right, yeah.
Charlie, how you doing? I don't know if you remember, and you may or may not, but on this show, I think it was way back last year. It may even have been myself and you, Nano. I think you were sitting here, Rash was sitting there, and we were talking about St Catherine's. St Catherine's, all right, I think you lost your first game in the league.
Yeah, that's the first game I ever played for them.
It was, wasn't it?
That was my first game I ever played.
Very first game, they lost it, so we didn't really say anything too much about St Catherine's. Then St Catherine's started to go on a little bit of a roll. And then, for me, I think I came down and I saw the team, or I was watching the team. I was made aware of the team. I'll come to you in a second. But I was made aware of the team. But I was particularly taken by your performance. And I came in here on the show and I said, St Catherine's have themselves a striker. And I think everybody better watch out, because you look like a goal scorer. Now, I know you're very modest in yourself, but you say it was your first game of the season for them.
That was my first game. After that game, I scored in every goal.
How did you manage? What was the link between you and St Catherine's? What brought you towards them?
To be honest, it was my next door neighbour. He played for them. Yeah, I hadn't played football before that for about a year. Yeah, and he was going to a 5-a-side game and asked me to come along. So I went along with him. Then he introduced me into Metin, who obviously runs St Catherine, and I went over their first training session. Then he seen me train with the boys, signed me up. I played that one game. After that first game, because he had somebody else coaching the team at the time, I can't remember his name, but me and him didn't really connect too well. He was playing me in different positions, like centre mid, right mid. I was explaining to them, I don't play there, I'm a striker, I only play up front, I don't want to play anywhere else. If you don't want me, I'll go play my football somewhere else. From then, after that second game, I think Metin took over and said, listen, he needs to play up front, that's where he plays. And after that, there was no looking back. Every game, I scored a goal.
Is that what you just said to me? In every game,
every game, barring that first game, every game I scored a goal.
Is that something? All right, every striker sets out to do that. Every striker wants to score goals.
Yeah.
But now you look back on that statistic. Did you realise that, or was that somebody who told you? Have you realised that you've scored in every game that you played in?
No, but it's something that obviously, to me, it's something that I want to achieve. Every time I go out to play football, I want to score goals. That's it. That's what I want to do. I want to score goals. I want to help the team. And if I can score goals and the team's going to win a game, then that's my job, innit? That's my job as a striker. That's what I want to do.
So, all right, so let's expand it a little bit. Tell me about your team. How have the team taken to you, and how do you feel that you fit into the St Catherine's?
Do you know what, yeah? All of them boys, every single one of them, I could name them all, but I couldn't. It would take too long to name them. But all of them, see, they're all supportive. They all work together. You know, all of them. You know what, that last game showed it against Ace, when we was 3-1 up. You know, and that game there, that just showed like that we can, as a team, fight to win things, because we knew we only needed to draw that game. You know, we didn't go out to draw the game, we went out to win the game. That's why we was 3-1 up, or 2-0 and then 3-1, because we wanted to win that game. That game to us was something, and that showed me personally that we've got character. There's character in that team. Everyone there, they work together, everyone works for each other. Even me, I went to centre back that game. You know, last 10 minutes I went and played centre back for the last 10 minutes of that game, because that game, it was 3-3 for 10 minutes. And I knew that if they get a chance, I'd rather not try and score, but try and defend. Do you know what I mean? That's what it come down to. And all of them boys, like every single one of them, like Jay, he plays up front with me, yeah. He's another good striker. Like, he will score goals as well. It's not just me. I'm not the main guy that scores goals at that team. He does it as well. He scored a lot of goals that helped us, especially Winter League. He scored a lot of goals that helped us basically win that Winter League, because that Winter League was tight as well. Redcoat was chasing us, and before then,
we spoke about Redcoat on it.
Wolverhampton was the ones everyone kept going on about. You know, we beat them twice. No one expected that. I remember there was one show that you've done, and you were talking a lot about Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton's gonna, like, they was the ones on top at first.
Because they were on a great run.
They didn't lose until they played us. Until they played us. You know what I mean? But all of them boys, like, even Ayab's a coach that's come in. Yeah, he coaches us on Thursdays, does like the training sessions and that. Obviously, Metin, you all know Metin. Metin puts a lot into St Catherine's. You know, I just want all of the boys to appreciate everything he does, especially on Thursday, what he done for all the boys. Like, that's part of him as well, part of the club. Like, all of them are really good people. You know what I mean?
So tell me about the person next to you. Tell me about her contribution.
This is the #1 fan. You know what? She should be manager. she should run the club.
You're only saying things that I have said myself. All right. So let me give her the big build up.
This is the truth.
This is the person who. Shall we say, fair to say, that the first time we met, it was quite a colourful occasion.
Yep.
It was, but since then we've formed
we've blossomed.
We have we've formed a good relationship, and I've said to you that not only are you the #1 fan, you should also be the #1 in the club, because it's almost like you command a respect.
Yeah.
From the whole club. So tell me about your role. I mean, obviously, Charlie came. Is that how you've always followed Charlie in football?
Yeah, I followed Charlie, but I support him anywhere he goes. I mean, I was heavily pregnant.
Yeah.
Traipsing across Hackney Marshes.
And you were still there.
Still there.
So tell me about do you aim to be, I'll use the word passionate about your support. Do you aim to be, or do you turn up and think, well, I'm just going to sit here quietly and get on with it, but then something takes over in you?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? And you just can't control yourself, can you?
No.
So has it made you, did you start out as a massive football fan, or is it something that's just grown on you?
Football was banned in my house, really. Now it's football mad, because everything is football. All the kids are into football. We go every week in, week out with Charlie to football. The kids come along if it's not too cold, but if it is too cold, they go with Grandma, and I'm still there supporting.
So tell me now, when people say, I mean, you've heard me say it, Charlie said it, and sometimes we may say it a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but if somebody asked you to get involved and have a role within the club, would you consider it?
We've met him. Anything for that man, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that because of what he's done and the role he has?
Yeah, met him. He's just, I don't know, he's such an inspiration, and I think sometimes as well that's where my passion comes from, because he does so much behind the scenes that probably you don't get enough credit for. He is a really phenomenal man. He supports these boys like nothing. And that's where I think my passion comes from as well. That's why I want them to win. That's why I put them in their place and say, oi, don't talk like that. Come on, let's go out there, get your heads up. And because he does so much that no one, I don't think, appreciates. I mean, they don't even have to pay to have their football socks washed. He does that all for them. You know, he's a phenomenal man. He's a good man.
Well done to you. Now you've got a fan club, a support club out here you didn't even know was going to happen. So I hope you're watching and you're recording this and you keep it for posterity. We're going to talk to you guys a little bit more in the second segment of the show. We're also going to talk to you about what has come back. Dare I say it loudly, the Veterans League is back. It went away into the darkness, but light has returned. Nanu's going to tell you more about that in the second segment of the show. We're going to be talking to these guys a little bit more about St Catherine's and everything else that's happening within the ILFL. So stick around and we'll be back after this short break.